Now, am I live on the right channel? Let's find out. I'm pretty sure I put in the correct OBS profile, but I get this sinking feeling now that I didn't. Okay, no, good. I am actually live on the right channel. That is a miracle. Foxy, you just said you were asleep. You're lying. Why are you in the chat? Go to sleep. Oh, yes, standings. I knew I forgot something. So here are the standings. Hopefully these are up to date. Currently, Somalian sitting in 27th and Knight in 25th, so both players just outside the vital top 24 to go on to the next stage of the tournament. Somalian in particular trouble, having played 7 of his 9 matches. He really needs a win here. So there's quite a lot on the line for both players. It should be a pretty even match based on where they both are. Now, are the players in chat? I don't think they are yet. But that's fun. We can wait. We can do of the stalling. Ah, yes, the draws. Oh, did you get to 3 points first in all of those? Do we have to show the rules on every stream? Alright. Yes, so it is best of 6, DAS only. You get 3 competition points for a win, 1 for a draw, and none for a loss. Handcam and input display required. Knight might want to do something about that actually, because that doesn't look like a handcam or an input display. Okay, so maybe there was sense in reading the rules after all. Maybe Boxy was right. But yes, that's kind of rough, Somalian. The good old draws. I remember the old, DAS scrimmage league, that secret competition Leo ran last year, where there were many draws because we used the same format. It was kind of strange. I think I drew like half of my games in the DAS scrimmage league. That was back when I could actually draw against players like Nenu and... Who else was it? Like Nenu, and who else did I draw? I think I drew Earth, Nenu, Poopy, I think. I can't remember. Did I draw or beat Scamper? I don't even remember. It was too long ago. Somalian saying he'd rather lose than draw. Because I'm a red-blooded American. Well, is Anish Giri a red-blooded American? I thought he represented the Netherlands. Because I think that's exactly what Somalian's saying. That's more EU coding. And before I forget, there's a seed. Wait, but the... Since when were there flags on this scene? Do I just have an old version? Since when were there I must admit I haven't watched, like, any of DAS Champions League, so I wouldn't know, but I don't have the flags in, like, any form on this scene. So just imagine an American flag on the left and a Canadian flag on the right. Yeah, I don't think I have those. I don't know, I just used the scene that I installed, like, ages ago. Anyway, both players are ready, with or without the flags. So let's get them going. In 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Somalian Spanish, true. I mean, he did go to Classic Tetris Iberia that one time, didn't he? Knight with some early trouble here. Getting quite serious, actually. Has some burns on the right side, but does need a long bar soon for some security. That middle is so high. Needs a pole vault to get the J over, and it blocks the well. Perfect L for the triple there. Knight should be okay. Nice burn with the flat long bar. Gets the Z over. Reopens the well. Nervous moments early on for Knight, but she should be okay. Gets the Tetris. Your grandma made steak and eggs for Somalian. That's cool. Oh yeah, no, I remember actually, now that I think about it, I remember, like, you being in the background of Somalian's camera when he won Hopefuls for the first time, because I restreamed that. No, I remember now. And someone in the chat asked if it was solid so far. Tetris for Somalian, bit of a jagged board and gets a square, which is not ideal, but otherwise doing fine. 125 for Somalian, 90,000 for Knight, who has to take another triple. Knight's paying a little bit for that early dig, but has avoided falling too far behind. Simul Tetris there, 170 for Somalian, 165 for Knight. Knight is, however, 9 lines ahead from playing up so high early on, so Somalian's got a fairly decent pace lead. Yes, you should do that, Boxy. You know, there's not much use anyone else even restreaming these games if you're gonna stay up to 5 AM to watch them anyway. Okay, yes, I will show the standings after reporting the match, and if not, then I will ban myself from the server or something, I don't know. But yes, I don't even want to know what time it is for you right now. Knight with the S spin, helping resolve a fairly jagged board. She's at 224. 247 for Somalian. He gets a Tetris to go up to 269. Knight's digging again. It's a good J there. Could potentially set up a transfer here. Looking for the well transfer. It won't quite be perfect, but gets a Tetris and 1 burn, so that's pretty good. Okay, so you're like 1 hour less degenerate than you were before. That's very good. I'm proud of you. Knight trying to clean up the middle of this board. Just needs the pieces to fall the right way and isn't quite getting pieces she wants. Getting a lot of squiggly pieces that she's having to pile in the middle. Gets the well open. Tetris for Knight, 308 for Knight, 373 for Somalian. Somalian's left side looking a little bit dependent, but he'll be able to fill that in. He gets a Tetris, 398. And he really has built quite a good lead now. He's 5 lines behind Knight and 4 Tetrises ahead. Knight gets the Tetris there to go to 334. Somalian taking some very safe burns on the right side. Set up the J-Huck/S spin setup and immediately burned out of it. He does know he's got some room to work with this lead. Although as soon as I say that, he tries to set up a risky Tetris in column 4. And it hasn't paid off for Somalian. He was almost Tetris ready for a long time, just didn't get the right piece. Finally gets the Tetris there to go to 429. And could potentially set up another one. If he gets the bar now, he could have a perfect well transfer. But gets several rather less convenient pieces before the bar. So he got the perfect transfer, but gonna need to take a lot of burns afterwards. 456 for Somalian. Decides to burn down that column 3 setup, or maybe only temporarily. He's 6 lines before transition. Knight transitions at 401. Knight with a very nice clean board gets a Tetris. Not seemingly having any trouble adjusting to the speed change. Tetris for Knight, 454. And Somalian with a Tetris, 495. He's into 19 as well. He transitioned at about 470. Oh, barely gets that square over and loses dash, so he can't get the bar over to the right. He needs another one now, and he's gonna top out at 495. And Knight, having been behind the whole game, has just overtaken that, so she's good, and she'll take the first game. Oh wait, 30 bar transition? Oh, that's disgusting. I'm sorry for you both. Yeah, no, because it didn't feel like that watching it either. Like, I could have sworn there were more than 30 bars. Okay, yeah, that's pretty disgusting, 32 bars. I think Europa League, like, I didn't even win my group in Europa League. Like, I think that's where I belong at my level these days. Both players are ready. Let's count down game 2. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. It would have been fantastic to play Boxy versus White at 3:30 UTC, but I will have to figure out how to climb out of Europa League if that's ever gonna happen again. I don't think I'm going anywhere in the immediate future. Like, my group for playoffs in Europa League is, like, crazy. Like, I'm not getting out of that. I'm not getting out of me, Hazel, and SV. You know, someone's gonna win that, but it's not gonna be me. So I don't think I'm even making top 8 Europa League. Eyes emoji? Suggestion? Somalian with the delayed Vits set up. Very accommodating board, so doesn't have any trouble with that really, and he gets the Tetris, it pays off. 93,000 for Somalian, takes a 1 Tetris lead early on. 116 for Somalian, 100 for Knight. Also, Boxy, you didn't go to sleep, you lied. Why are you back? Knight getting a really nasty S-piece there. No spot for that, just had to put it on the right. So Somalian continuing to build a little early lead. He's at 161 now. Beautiful OJ. Knight at 128. Don't make me wait until 2025, I beg, says Boxy. Boxy must know what this suggestion is. I mean, it's not that far away. We're barely 2 months away from 2025. Okay, right, the end of the league phase. Yeah, I'm assuming the league phase will be finished before 2025. You know, like, I've seen some scheduling mess in my time, but I'm pretty sure the league phase should be done by 2025. Somalian with a Tetris 242, and Knight has actually taken the lead. Was a Tetris and a half behind for much of the game, but some very efficient play in the last 30 lines has propelled Knight into the lead. She's at 292, Somalian's at 289, so it's only a very small lead, but it is a lead. Don't vault it. Nah, look, we need vaulting to have great things. If we hadn't let the vaulters do their thing, we would never have had the rolling revolution. Yes, no, I agree. Vault the suggestion forever. Just don't ever bring it out. Bit of a misdrop there for Somalian in the middle. That's inconvenient. But not too difficult of a fix. Just needs a long bar for column 4. And he's not getting it. Really not a very nice sequence for Somalian, so Knight's gonna push further ahead. She's up to 406. Tetris for Knight, 429. And Somalian finally gets this column 4 Tetris he's been trying to set up for like the last 15 lines. Set up for another one now as well. This one looks a bit safer. Although there's always a limit to how safe these setups can truly be. Somalian looks like he's trying to go on top of the garbage now. He's set up on column 9. This is aggressive. He gets the Tetris, but ends up with 2 longbar dependencies as a consequence. Oh, nice burn with the J. Very good elevated burn there from Somalian. He's got plenty of work to do. He's set up in column 9 again. This is an amazingly aggressive Tetris setup. He needs a bar right now. He can't get anything else over there. And he says worth, but he is going to top out at 403. So Knight is good. She goes up 2-0. And both players ready to get straight back into it. Let's count them down in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Somalian with an interesting overhang setup early on. He gets the Tetris, seems to have worked out pretty well. Knight with a beautiful flat, clean board. Somalian spiring a bit in the middle. See if he wants another dirty center. Well, you bet he does, but doesn't get viable pieces to set that up at all. There was really nothing he could have done with that sequence. So game punishing him a little bit for his aggression. Knight hits that Z spin. That was a very important spin to hit because there were like 10 rows on top of it if she missed. Alright, Somalian is Tetris ready. He's not much more than that, but he gets a Tetris, some decent bar timing this time. And he looks pretty willing to set up on row 2, which shouldn't surprise anyone at this point. So Knight has taken an early lead, she's at 120. Somalian 64,000. Fighting a bit to keep this row 2 set up clean, gets a Tetris, 88,000. Knight barely gets that long bar over to the left, that looked pretty close, but she is going to manage. She's at 145, about 3 Tetrises ahead of Somalian. Knight not getting a particularly favourable piece sequence, as some strange looking alternating overhangs in the middle of the board. I don't think there's really any clean solve for this. She's gonna try, but pieces are scarcely becoming any more helpful. She just needs a long bar now, that's fairly simple. She gets the long bar and she's ready for a Tetris in column 8. Goes for an interesting delayed burn. It's not really going to work out. Somalian with a bit of a diving board setup. Beautiful delayed burn though. Cleans that up like a genius. And he might have a chance to catch up because he's clean. He gets a Tetris 191 and Knight is digging right now. That's that one Mino over the top of Sanderwell and is struggling to get rid of it. Finally opens up in time for that bar. Tetris for Knight, 233. Still maintaining a 1 Tetris advantage. Somalian gets a Tetris there. 236 plays 233. We're neck and neck. Knight still playing with this column 8 for now. It's been working out pretty well for her since she got it open. Tetris for Knight, 279. Did have the option to take the double and bring that back to column 10, but showing no interest in that. Could get a perfect transfer. If the bar had showed up, there was a perfect transfer available. Tetris for Knight, 309. We'll take the single to go back to the right side. She's at 310. Somalian at 307, also 3 lines behind, marginally ahead in pace. Knight with an interesting overhang set up there. Tucking the T in will do a lot of good. Gets the J for another tuck. Misdropping the Z in the middle. It's a very awkward spot to misdrop it as well. Creates overhangs on both sides of the piece. Now she needs a long bar for the left side. Needs a long bar for the middle as well. She's just gonna have to platform on the right side. She needs somewhere to put all these pieces. Nice pole vault on that L. Opens up the right side. Good use of a couple of L pieces to make that easier. Didn't get the long bar she probably wanted. Oh, last minute. Possibly unintentional, I'm not sure. Shift on that square. Regardless, that would have jumped Knight's heart rate up a little bit, but she's gonna be fine. She gets the dirty triple on the left side, she's bringing it down. Only a few rows off the bottom now, and she will survive. but Somalian with a Tetris is going to have a decent lead into transition. He's at 459 now. And Knight is at 390, will transition with the next line clear. Goes in at 392. Somalian still with the Tetris available. If he gets this, he'll just about manage the 500 transition. There it is, 506 for Somalian. Knight immediately cleans up and scores a Tetris on 19, but she's got a fair amount of work to do. Oh, really beautiful burn on the left side. I don't know what it was about that, but I really wasn't expecting that move. It made me stop and think. Oh, Knight goes for the 7 left on the L. Okay, gets the bar over. She lost Das on the next long bar, tried to tap it over and missed. But she got another bar in time, so she's fine. Somalian with the Tetris up to 565 rather, gets another one, 591 into level 21. I really like that placement on the J for Somalian, that is very creative. Somalian keeping the right side as low and clean as possible, playing this very safe. Really not a style I associate with Somalian. Even just in the context of what he's done so far this set, but it's working for him here. He gets a Tetris 632. Nice L there to fill the dependency. Knight needs a bar soon, she gets it. 616. She is catching up slowly, but she is almost a level ahead as well. Somalian goes into 23 at 664. And gets a Tetris 693, meanwhile Knight in mid-24 is at 652. Somalian would love an L for that right side. Bit late for that now. The long bar's good. We'll see if he wants to set up on row 2 or not. No, he does not. Knight's well is blocked. A bit of a concerning height. Needs a J. Gets the J and the long bar. Tetris for Knight. 718. And Knight has actually taken the real-time lead. She's still some lines behind. Ahead, rather, sorry. Ahead. She's into 26 at 752. Middle of the board's looking all kinds of scuffed, but Somalian's isn't looking a whole lot better. He's a bit lower at the very least, but he is behind in real time by about a Tetris. Knight needs to survive this, though. That left side is going to be difficult to fill out. She gets an L, but can't get it all the way over. She's going to top out. It's a simul top out. Somalian couldn't handle that sequence any better. And Knight, a Tetris ahead, will take game 3 and guarantee at least a draw. So Somalian will not be getting the win he desperately needs to progress to the knockout phase. His season is looking like it might be over. Gonna need a lot of things to go his way now. Hi AV, and thank you Wilmerendo64 for the follow as well. Oh, Knight's stream appears to be dead. Let me just refresh that. That may be on my end. It's not me failing to find the refresh button. It's taking its time. Uh-oh. I don't like this. I think my internet might be a little bit dead. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, can anyone hear me? I have my doubts that anyone can. That isn't good. Okay, well it claims to oh god, my stream claims to still be up. I don't believe it. It thinks it's still up. Come on, internet. Give us a fair go. Come on. How have I only dropped 39 frames? That's just not believable. I don't think I even have a stream right now. I think I've been dropping all the frames for like 2 minutes, Twitch. I think you're lying to me. Welcome to the chat room? Are we back? We back? Oh my god. Okay, I can see a Somalian and I can see a knight. We're so back. Apologies for whatever my internet decided to do just there. It claimed to be working fine. I still only have a 39 dropped for— oh, was I live the entire time? That is very weird. Because yeah, like my bitrate never dropped below like 2000 and it never said it was dropping frames, but I lost connection to chat and the streams died. Okay, both players are ready. Let's not waste any more of their time. Let's get game 4 going in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Okay, so everyone did hear me, yelling at OBS like some kind of immature 12-year-old. That's good to know. Knight, missing a tuck of that J, and oh no, she's gone early on the next J. This is a disaster of a board. That's a great square for the left. She doesn't get the long bar over and she's gonna club 0. You can see it on her face. What a start. I think we can partially blame my internet for that one. I haven't seen a game like that in a long time. Just a couple of missed tucks and a weird piece sequence cascading out of control. I mean, you can see it in the top out board. You can kind of infer what happened. But she's got another game to give after that. Even if she doesn't score another point in this set, it's still a draw. Let's hope game 5 is a little bit longer. In 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Okay, well so far so good. It's a much more normal piece sequence. Players setting up the first Tetris pretty much the same way. The board's diverging now. Okay, we've got 2 Tetrises on the board for both players. There will be no club zeroing here. Knight with a fairly vertical board, needing to fill out column 9 a little bit. We'll be able to with those 2 J burns. And gets another one to tuck. Somalian perfect so far. 4 Tetrises, no burns. I like that adjustment of the L to put the J flat on the right side. I think that's a very good placement from Somalian. 6 Tetris is perfect now. It's a very awkward S piece. Definitely doesn't help, but the L to tuck under is very good. Good sequence there for Somalian. He's got a chance to stay perfect. Knight will not be staying perfect or anything approaching that with this board. It has very few options for the left, but she gets a long bar for the Tetris. She's going to be okay, most likely. The left is now at an accessible height. She did have to block it off for a second. But it's open now. She's brought the board down to less than next box height. And Somalian did take a burn. Just one of them, but he did take a burn during that sequence. Actually, no, did he take 5? I can't pace math well enough to be sure. But that number definitely is not indicative of all Tetrises. Very sad. Tetris for Knight, she's up to 200,000. Somalian, despite the early perfect streak, not too far ahead. He's at 238, about 2 Tetrises in front. Knight setting up the square tuck on the right side. Gets a Tetris, has some more time to wait now. Starting to run out of room for some pieces in the middle of the board. Has to go for the L spin and she hits it. Nicely done from Knight. Hasn't seen a square in a very long time. In fact, we're still not seeing a square. There's one, finally. That was quite the square drought. Somalian with a very awkward Z piece sticking up vertically in the middle of the board, but he's been able to work around that without too much trouble. Just a little bit more weight on top of the well for Somalian to clear away. And nice burn with that vertical L. We'll just need a single. He gets a Tetris. 317 for Somalian, 298 for Knight. Has cut the lead to just 1 Tetris. Both players looking very clean at the moment. Somalian with little Akibar, quite a safe Akibar. Knight with a misdrop. That S sticking 1 column too far over to the left. Shouldn't be too complicated to clean up. Knight only needing to take a couple of singles, unless... Okay, unless the game decides to be really mean, which it did. The game did decide to be really mean, but Knight's, well, now open again. Only open for about 2 pieces. Now open properly. And Somalian having a look at his center well. Deciding not to go for it. Playing Actually, maybe I'm just wrong. Maybe... No, he is burning down. For a second I thought maybe I'm just not thinking on the level of this man, but no, he did in fact burn it down and not go for the Tetris. Simul Tetris there, 447 for Somalian, 414 for Knight. Yes, I agree. In the words of Pixelandy back in the Tapper days, Tetris would be better if everyone just used DAS. I remember when he said that on stream, and I was like, I, a DAS player, have been seen. I feel approved of. Actually, I think that was that Andy? Maybe that was Miles. My memory's failing me. It was one of those two. Or I think one of them was streaming and one of them was in chat agreeing. I don't remember which one was streaming though. This is a problem. I'm getting old and forgetting everything. Knight with quite a dangerous Centerwell Tetris. But she is going to get away with that. Still some work to do. Nice burn with the L. Cleaning this board up. 5.22 for Knight, 5.52 for Somalian. Both players struggling a little bit early in the post-transition. Knight going very aggressive, gets the long bar over for the Tetris. Setting up like that on row 2 takes some courage. Gets the quick tap, but gets the long bar right after, able to get it over. Oh, I see what's happened there. That is unfortunately an SOD moment, yeah. Knight tapping that long bar over at 10.4 hertz with no dash charge. So yes, Knight is done at 582. Somalian is good. And we are going to a Game 6. We could yet have that most European of results, a draw. Spirit of Das. Basically, Spirit of Das was violated there. Because Knight tapped a long bar over faster than Das. Like, I saw it on the Hertz counter. It registered 10.45. VAR check, true. If we couldn't possibly get any more, like, soccer, VAR check. You know what, actually, it's time. It's VAR check time. Wait, is there? I don't think there is in, like, my version of these scenes, but it would be nice if I had that. But I think due to my technological backwardness, I don't have that scene. Oh, damn. We should have a secret VAR scene. That would be funny. Anyway, it looks like both players are ready. Let's get it counted down. Game 6, the draw is on the line. In 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Oh yeah, that's true. This is a dream. Boxy's supposed to be asleep. We're all in Boxy's dream. How does it feel, everyone, to be inside of Boxy's mind? What have you seen? Oh, Knight with a misdrop on that L. 3 high left to right overhang. Not a common tuck to set up. I mean, I think like Joseph was what got CWC to peak viewership. Like that was what the most people watched for. I remember in 2020 when he got eliminated, the viewer count just tanked massively for the rest of the top 8 broadcasts. It went down by like 40% or something ridiculous. Oh no! Knight gets a bar just in time. Just having to throw pieces indiscriminately over to the left and right. This is going to be one hell of a dig if she can get out of it. Is getting the pieces, keeping it under control. Knight doesn't want to let this be a draw just yet. That Canadian blood flowing through her veins says no, we can't have this. This is an unpatriotic result. There will be no draw, there will be a winner, and it will be me. Oh my goodness, Tristob, thank you for the raid. 86 people. That's about like 8 times the viewer count we had before. Welcome everyone. It is DAS Champions League. We are playing DAS, and because the tournament is run by the Europeans, this match might be about to be a draw. This is best of 6 DAS only, so we're in game 6, the final game of this set. Oh my goodness, that's a long warp. That's a large amount of text. Oh, that's a bot command, right? Yeah, just read that. That'll explain what's going on. If you can be bothered. That literally fills up my entire chat window in OBS. Somalian right now at 264, Knight at 138. Some very impressive survival from her. All hope looked lost. If she'd gotten that bar for the Sanderwell Tetris a piece later, then we would already have had a draw. Tristop's raid would have been in vain, and everything would be sad. So thank you, Knight, for saving DAS Champions League. Somalian's on quite a good pace. 309 at 68 lines, on track for the 600k transition if he can keep this up. I think this is the most efficient start we've seen in this set so far. The game has enjoyed being difficult. I believe they did, yes. I don't know what the result of that match was, but I believe they did. I believe they are both in Division 2 this season. I did hear something about that, this being back-to-back with another one. Knight with a big longbar dependency on the left. I'm gonna have to put some material on the right. Will not be Tetris ready, but gets 2 longbars. 2 longbars to fill in the 8 deep dependency. Hits the T-spin as well. Okay, yes, Hannah confirming this was back-to-back with the CEL game, where both players did not use DAS, so this is the real one. This is the true test of both players, as players and human beings. Who can take the DAS match? Somalian at 452, Knight at 316. Knight really going all out to try and fill out this right side efficiently. He's not getting the pieces. Somehow keeps DAS on those squares to get them over. That was impressive. Knight once again defying death. Tap match for Tap Champions League happening after True. When are we getting Tap Champions League? Hopefully never. From my biased point of view, hopefully never. I'm guessing it wouldn't be Boxy organising it. Knight getting several awful S pieces. She's 1 line away from transition. This does not look good at all. At least gets a decent J for the left side. Okay, Knight's bringing this down. Yeah, I've heard about Tap Masters potentially being a real thing. I don't know if there's quite enough appetite for Tap Champions League, but like a one-off Tap Masters would be pretty cool. Like, I could get behind that. Somalian at 523, Knight at 375. Somalian with a very big lead. But he does still need to be careful. We haven't seen the players going deep into post-transition very much in this set, so it's still a bit of an unknown. There's been a lot of struggle on level 18. The game has not been the kindest on that speed. Somalian's digging a little bit now. This is just what Knight needs, although she is also digging. Alright, Knight is Tetris ready. Somalian not Tetris ready. Knight gets a Tetris 440. She's got 100,000 points to make up. We've still got several levels left, so a lot can happen. She gets a Tetris. She's starting to play very cleanly. She's not out of this. Tetris again for Knight, 498. Somalian at 583. But Knight's stacking has kicked into gear here. She's been very clean the last couple of levels. That square, not helpful. See if she can burn that off efficiently. And yes, only 3 burns necessary there. Nicely done from Knight. She wanted a J, got it a piece too late. Now she needs a bar. This is getting scary. Gets the T and L, or gets a J though. She needed an L or a bar. Finally gets the bar and the J. Okay, the left side's not destroyed yet. It's barely hanging on. That's a terrible S-piece. She gets the well open. She needs a bar very soon. A piece too late. Oh, and Knight gets a T a little bit too late for that setup as well. Doesn't get the long bar over, goes for the 8 high quick tap and won't get it. Knight tops out at 559. And for the 4th time in Somalian's season out of 8 games, it will be a draw. Knight fighting very hard. A lot of nearly moments there. Where if she'd gotten a particular piece, a piece or two earlier, it would have been very different. But Somalian loves draws. And he's got another one. Indeed, if he can draw his last game as well, he'll have a season that is, majority draws. Now, I will just report this match and we can take a look at what the standings look like afterwards. Both players really needed the win here, so them drawing is not particularly helpful for either of them. Both were sitting just outside of the top 24. Okay, the match has been reported. Let's see if the table updates properly. Let me refresh the browser source just to make sure. Okay, there we go. Didn't refresh before for some reason. But that draw does move Knight up into 18th place for now. Somalian hanging out in 26th. So Knight for the moment isn't looking too bad. She's a decent way into the top 24, but a lot of matches still to go. Somalian season hanging by a thread. He's probably not out of it. If he can get a win in his last match, there's still hope. But yeah, currently on 6 points. Boxy's saying the cutoff's probably going to be around 8 or 9. So Somalian will need a win to get there, but hope is not lost just yet. Down 3-0 and came back for a vital draw. Oh, there's no last match? I thought players played... Did I get it wrong? I thought players played 9 matches and not 8. Am I spreading misinformation on the internet? Oh, okay, so Somalian's just out then. Ignore literally everything I said. Somalian is one of the first players to finish his season. I don't know where I got the idea about 9 players from. I know embarrassingly little about this tournament I'm restreaming. Anyway, that's it from me. It doesn't look like there's really anyone live to raid. There's one other person in the Tetris category and they're playing Fortnite. Chat, what do you think? Should we raid the person streaming Fortnite in the Tetris category or no? Alright, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna raid this random Fortnite streamer. We've got like 50 viewers to send. Let's do it. Boxy, you can't stop me. Well, I think actually you can, but I don't think you're going to. You better hurry up.